welcome back. This is my weekly series called The Weekly Wonder and Whiplash. It's a series where I go over my weekly consumption of the week. And this week it is Black History Month edition. So I'll be going over everything Black, ranging from my favorite Black artists, my favorite Black movies, animations, all of it. If you notice any mistakes that I make in this video, please cut me some slack. I'm feeling a little bit anxious and a little bit awkward. This is a part of my exposure therapy, and it still gives me anxiety, and it still feels very unnatural to stare at myself and talk to it. But I love connecting with you guys, and I'm very passionate about doing this. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video though, guys. So let's get into it. So we'll go ahead and start with my weekly repeats. I have Core by La Timpa. You Know the Biz by DJ Paul and Project Pat. And I just wanted to start off and say that when it comes to rap, I love Memphis rap like so freaking much. It's probably one of my favorites. The sound is just like I don't something I've never heard before. It's super sick. Why Me by Santi Gold. Santi Gold means everything to me, as she probably does to you as well. You know, like seeing a weird alternative black girl also takes so much inspiration from Caribbean and African culture in her music is so it's so cool. She truly was representation for me. Rider Music by 50 Cent. That's like that song when I'm like it makes me feel cool as fuck. And Ram Dance Style by Tony Tuff. And as I was looking back at the videos I've created throughout the series, I've noticed that all of my weekly repeats tend to be the same genre, and I listen to a lot of different types of genres, but there's like I tend to include the songs that I've really been repeating and not just the songs I've listened to a couple times, but I'm gonna try to include different genres as well because I listen to all types, all right? Because it's important to just expand your ear palette. Yeah. So let's go on ahead and get into my Substack reads. So I came across this Substack article by Kamori called "Romance and Love Ain't Dead, Y'all Just Cowards." We're about to get into it. We're about to get into it. This is genuinely how I feel about dating nowadays. I have personally taken a break and I plan to not resume my dating life until I'm 30 because I just feel like I don't really want to pour into anyone else right now. And I feel like a lot of people are just, they don't have the capacity to be as open and just raw as I am. There's always like this whole game thing going on, and I don't subscribe to that. This article like pretty much touches on that and how I've been feeling about the dating world lately. I love everything that she talks about. The self help industry is making millions or perhaps billions off our collective ignorance and the trendiness of putting oneself first. The whole self love movement trend has become a way for companies and people to capitalize off avoidance and selfishness. Yes, love yourself, but also a lot of humans are exhibiting a very harmful behavior in the name of self love and self care. I really resonated with that because I too am noticing this shift of just all I gotta do is worry about myself. I don't owe anybody anything. Just this really selfish language that I'm constantly hearing repeated. Like, you do owe people things. And to highlight what she said, she did say that humans are exhibiting very harmful behavior. And I totally agree. It's no wonder why are so we are the generation that speaks about how alone we all are, how we don't have community, and how we aren't feeling a sense of purpose anymore because we're not interacting with one another except for in comments when we like to cyberbully people. That's the only time I see people coming together is to fight each other or to make fun of somebody else on the internet. How horrible that is. But nonetheless, that's not everybody, which is great that I came across this article because it lets me know that there's other people that are realizing that there is something very disturbing happening with the way that people are maneuvering and it's bleeding into romantic relationships and platonic relationships. So definitely read that article. There's so much more that she touches on as well. Okay, so these are some of my favorite artists right now. And first is Frank Dorrey, which you guys probably already know. He did do the cover art for Steve Lacy and Moa, super talented. And he's also Haitian. So shout out to that. I'm always gonna extra love for artists who are Haitian because I'm Haitian. I see mention. Yes. The next artist I wanted to mention is Akeem Smith. I actually did see this installation, the No Gal CanTest, recreating the architecture of Jamaican dancehall. I really gravitate towards artists, especially who are Caribbean. Wow, like I see myself, I see my childhood, I see my grandparents, I see my mother, I see my great grandmother. Like it's so beautiful to see people around my age, including that. And the next artist is a spray paint artist, and her name is Jasmine Monsegue, also known as Spacebrat. I just love this style. She's super cool. Everything she does is sick. The colors that she uses are they just make my soul feel a lot. Appreciate her. And the last artist is Lauren Hasley. I'm not sure. My friend actually posted this installation and it is amazing. It really stopped me in my tracks and immediately I was like, who is this? Like I need to know more about them. So I thought I would include that because absolutely stunning. All the links, by the way, of all these artists are going to be included in my description if you want to look more into it. I really suggest that you should follow their Instagram or look more into the inspiration behind their work. So next up are some movies and short films. So first off, I have The Aggressives by Daniel Petal, and it's a documentary based in the 2000s about masculine presenting people in New York. And they also made a follow-up documentary on the lives of them 26 years later. Haven't watched yet, but I've been meaning to. Listen, all I gotta say is Keisha. Keisha. Also, Keisha's lore is really crazy when you look into like who she's dated. Very amazing. Bebe's kids. I grew up on that stuff. I had a teenage mom, so a lot of the media and stuff that I watch that are like from the 90s are from my mom because she was also growing up at the same time as me. So there's a lot of cool things that I was able to see because of her. And Baby's Kids is one of them. If you love Proud Family, Baby's Kids is what birthed Proud Family pretty much. And the PJs, and by the way, the PJs was created by Eddie Murphy. And if you know me, you know I love stop motion so much. So it's a black sitcom and it touches on the light and daily struggles of the housing development. And of course, guys, I've also been watching Boondocks, rewatching it, and it's just hitting way different now because as a kid, I was more like, tee hee ha, but now I like really get it. And I'm like, ain't this the truth about our community? Love our community though, but ain't this the truth? And another animation is Black Dawn 1979. And this is actually a Haitian animation. It's really sick. I ended up watching this a couple months back.
Suddenly, the
It's
god spoke.
super cool. It goes over the
The goddess
history of
Rosalind
Haiti.
then told
It was
a
really
woman.
hard to find. It used to be on YouTube, but then it got deleted. So I'm going to include the link. It's kind of on like a really old website, so don't expect it to be super modern. Haitian animation, like that's crazy. And some short films that I watched were Don't Go Telling Your Mama by Topaz Jones and Bruiser, directed by Miles Warren. I really enjoyed the Go Telling Your Mama. That one was so beautifully done. And I loved everything that they touched on. It's great. Definitely go ahead and watch that. And the last YouTube video I have is by Dazia Sade or Dazia. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that properly. It is Media Literacy is Slowing Us Down, Tools to Fight Back in the Attention Economy. It is such a great and informative video. I really think that everybody should watch that video because we already know this is an issue. Like people's media literacy skills are very questionable. the amount of misinformation that's out there. It's honestly really scary and really dangerous, and everyone needs to get better at it. So watch her. All her content is extremely intentional, which I appreciate so much because we are all just consuming things and not really like thinking about it. All our attention spans are so short, but you need to engage in long form content. Fix your brain. We can do this. I believe in you. I'm also trying to work on it as well because it is a parasite that is affecting all of our brains, but we have the power to fix it, right? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I was really excited to make this one because there's just so much people, so many amazing black artists and creators that I came across that just truly inspire me. And this will be posted at the end of Black History Month, but it's an amazing month. Shout out to us. We are the influence of the world. I love us so much. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for tuning in.